You're watching US Market Free. Top stock market headlines made simple. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support us for daily updates. Here are the brief highlights of today's top stories. Big tech companies, foreign governments scramble after Trump slaps $100,000 fee on H-1B visas. Schumer presses Trump to negotiate with Democrats as government shutdown deadline nears. Trump administration reportedly plans to link autism to Tylenol use during pregnancy. Buffett's Berkshire totally exits its profitable stake in Chinese EV maker bought because of Munger. Trump says Murdochs are potential TikTok deal partners. Apple takes control of all core chips in iPhone Air with new architecture to prioritize AI. Trump aide denies Jimmy Kimmel suspended because of WH pressure despite Carr threat. Apple-supplier Luxshare shares pop 10% on report of OpenAI hardware deal. Some premium travel rewards credit cards now cost over $500 per year. What to know before you apply. Porsche shares shed 7% after cutting outlook. Europe's IPO uptick sparks hopes of a much-needed rebound. China leaves benchmark lending rates unchanged as expected, despite Fed rate cut. Week in review. Stock market records, Fed rate cut, trades, and new iPhones. Luxury face cream from a pizza parlor, inside fraud on Walmart.com. Catfish star Nev Schulman shares the #1 skill he's taking from the show to his new career as a real estate agent. Now, let's dive deeper into the details. President Trump announced a $100,000 fee for new H-1B visa applicants.
This fee targets the program supporting America's technology workforce.
It applies to the upcoming lottery cycle, not renewals or current visa holders.
The $100,000 fee is a one-time payment, not an annual charge.
This move impacts technology and finance companies reliant on skilled immigrants.
Companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Apple, and Google are significantly affected.
This is the administration's most aggressive move to restrict legal immigration.
It represents a significant escalation in the crackdown on employment visas.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is urging President Trump to negotiate with Democrats to avoid a government shutdown.
The current funding deadline is September 30th.
Both Democrats and Republicans have proposed stopgap spending bills, but neither has been successful.
Schumer emphasized the Democrats' demand for an extension of Enhanced Affordable Care Act tax credits in any funding legislation.
Republicans seem unlikely to agree to this demand.
Schumer voted with Republicans to avoid a shutdown in March, facing criticism from his party.
He now appears to be taking a firmer stance.
Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries sent a letter to President Trump requesting a meeting to discuss the shutdown.
The Trump administration plans to announce a potential link between pregnant women using Tylenol and autism.
Federal health officials are expected to warn against Tylenol use early in pregnancy, unless there is a fever.
Officials will also highlight leucovorin, a form of folate, as a potential autism treatment.
President Trump stated this announcement would be one of the administration's most important actions.
Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will reportedly link acetaminophen, the generic name for Tylenol, to autism.
Tylenol maker Kenvue strongly disagrees, citing over a decade of research showing no credible link.
Kenvue emphasized there are few safe alternatives to acetaminophen for fever reduction in pregnant women.
The Food and Drug Administration maintains acetaminophen is safe during pregnancy when taken as directed.
Berkshire Hathaway completely exited its profitable investment in Chinese electric vehicle maker BYD.
Berkshire initially purchased 225 million shares in 2008 for $230 million.
By June 2024, Berkshire had sold almost 76% of its stake.
Berkshire Hathaway Energy listed the investment value as zero as of March 31, 2025.
Charlie Munger urged the initial purchase 17 years ago.
BYD shares increased by roughly 3,890% during Berkshire's ownership.
Warren Buffett has not fully explained the reason for selling.
He mentioned finding better uses for the money.
President Donald Trump suggested Rupert and Lachlan Murdoch might be involved in a deal concerning TikTok in the United States.
In a Fox News interview, President Trump mentioned Lachlan Murdoch and Rupert Murdoch as potential participants.
He also named Oracle Executive Chairman Larry Ellison and Dell Technologies CEO Michael Dell as likely participants.
President Trump praised these individuals as American patriots.
CNBC reported that Lachlan Murdoch's involvement might be through Fox Corporation rather than individually.
Negotiations regarding TikTok, currently owned by the Chinese company ByteDance, are ongoing between President Trump and Chinese leader Xi Jinping.
Congress passed a bill last year to ban TikTok unless ByteDance divests from United States operations due to national security concerns.
The White House announced that 6 of the 7 board members controlling TikTok will be Americans.
Apple has taken control of all core chips in the iPhone Air with its new A19 Pro chip.
This chip features a major architecture change, adding neural accelerators to each graphics processing unit core to boost artificial intelligence capabilities.
Apple also introduced the N1, its first wireless chip for iPhone, and the C1X, its second-generation modem.
These developments give Apple control over all core chips in its phones.
Apple Vice President Tim Millett stated this control enables them to go beyond what is possible with commercially available chips.
The N1 chip is included in the entire iPhone 17 lineup and the iPhone Air.
It improves Wi-Fi functionality and contributes to location awareness, reducing reliance on power-consuming global positioning system.
The C1X modem, found in the iPhone Air, offers improvements in speed and energy efficiency compared to previous models.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt denied Jimmy Kimmel was suspended due to pressure from the Trump administration.
This denial came despite Federal Communications Commission Chairman Brendan Carr threatening to pull ABC's broadcast license.
Leavitt stated on Fox News that the decision to cancel Kimmel's show came from ABC executives.
She claimed Kimmel knowingly lied to his audience about the death of a respected man.
Kimmel was not fired by ABC, but his show was pulled indefinitely.
This followed Kimmel's remark connecting the alleged killer of Charlie Kirk to the Make America Great Again movement.
Carr said Kimmel's joke appeared to mislead the public and suggested pulling ABC's license.
He told Benny Johnson that Kimmel's comments could lead to action against ABC and Disney.
Luxshare, a Chinese device assembler and Apple supplier, saw its shares surge by 10% on Monday.
This follows a report that Luxshare secured a deal with OpenAI to develop a consumer artificial intelligence device.
The information reported on Friday that Luxshare is already creating a prototype using ChatGPT large language models.
Sources suggest this device might resemble a smart speaker without a display, potentially competing with Apple devices using Siri.
OpenAI reportedly aims to launch this device in late 2026 or early 2027.
This 10% jump brings Luxshare's year-to-date gains to approximately 50%.
Most Shenzhen Stock Exchange stocks have a 10% daily trading limit.
Luxshare is also reportedly considering a secondary listing in Hong Kong this year.
Some premium travel rewards credit cards now have annual fees exceeding $500.
Experts advise against carrying a balance on these cards, as interest can negate the value of rewards.
The average interest rate on premium travel cards can reach 25 to 30%.
Consider 2 types of travel cards, co-branded and general travel cards.
Co-branded cards offer benefits tied to specific airlines, hotels, or cruise lines.
These cards may provide perks like free checked bags or priority boarding.
General travel cards offer flexibility, allowing rewards to be used more broadly.
General travel cards may have annual fees ranging from $95 to over $500.
Porsche shares dropped almost 7% after the company lowered its 2025 profit outlook.
The luxury sports car maker also postponed the release of electric vehicles due to low demand.
Volkswagen, Porsche's largest shareholder, also saw its stock price decline about 5.5%.
European auto stocks experienced significant losses.
The Stocks Europe Automobiles and Parts Index decreased 2.3%.
The Pan-European Stocks 600 Index also traded lower.
Investors are watching United States President Donald Trump's new visa policy.
The new policy increases the H-1B application fee to $100,000.
New initial public offerings across Europe are raising hopes of a market rebound.
Companies in diverse sectors, from financial technology to energy, are going public or planning to.
Last week, auto parts supplier Aumovio listed on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange.
Swiss Marketplace Group also launched its initial public offering on the Swiss Stock Exchange.
Experts see this increased activity as a positive sign for the European market.
The chief executive officer of Swiss Marketplace Group highlighted the benefits of going public.
He emphasized the potential for growth and attracting new investors.
Aumovio's initial public offering also performed well, closing the week at over €39 per share.
China maintained its key lending rates this month, defying expectations of a change after the United States Federal Reserve rate cut.
This marks the 4th consecutive month without a change, holding the one-year loan prime rate at 3.0%.
The 5-year rate, impacting mortgages, also stayed at 3.5%.
The People's Bank of China last lowered these rates in May by 10 basis points to bolster the economy.
Last Thursday, they also held the 7-day reverse repo rate steady after the Federal Reserve's 25 basis point reduction.
These benchmark rates are determined monthly from commercial bank submissions to the People's Bank of China.
Economists predicted this inaction, anticipating China would avoid major stimulus given the recent stock market rally.
Despite positive market movement, economic indicators continue to signal slowing growth.
The stock market reached record highs this week due to the Federal Reserve interest rate cut.
The Federal Reserve cut the overnight lending rate by a quarter point on Wednesday.
This is the first rate cut since last December.
The benchmark funds rate is now between 4% and 4.25%.
The Standard & Poor's 500 and Nasdaq Composite Index gained roughly 1.2% and 2.2% respectively.
Jim Cramer believes the market is stable until the next employment numbers and earnings season.
He is concerned about the Federal Reserve October meeting and potential tariff impacts.
The investing club sold some Broadcom stock to right-size the position after a strong run.
A Walmart.com customer bought what she thought were Nariva brain supplements.
However, the products she received were counterfeit and had misspellings on the bottles.
This incident highlights a larger problem with third-party sellers on Walmart.com.
A CNBC investigation found counterfeit and potentially dangerous products being sold on the platform.
Some sellers are impersonating legitimate businesses to set up accounts.
Walmart has been focusing on growing its online marketplace to compete with Amazon.
This growth has led to a more relaxed approach to vetting sellers and products.
Former employees report being pressured to approve seller applications even with concerns.
Nev Schulman has hosted Catfish the TV show since 2012.
He is now using skills from the show in his new real estate career.
The 40-year-old is a licensed real estate agent in New York City.
Schulman told CNBC Make It that listening is the most important skill he learned.
He said part of that is asking the right questions.
He helps people discover what they are trying to say.
He compares buying a home to falling in love.
Understanding core values is important in both situations.
That's a wrap on this episode of US Market Brief.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back next time with more stock market updates, earnings highlights, and insights from Wall Street.